This is how I have the cables running. I got a hole up here going to the charge controller, and then I come down here and got MC4 connectors right here. Kind of tuck them away, and then there's another hole at the bottom. I can run it anywhere I want. I got about 100 foot of cable. Like I said before, get 8 gauge. Don't go cheap. Don't get 10. Don't get 12. Don't get 16. Get 8 gauge no matter what you buy. That way you're not wasting. If you do make deployable setup, you don't have much line loss. So I'm gonna grab that one. I don't know if that one's gonna reach. Take it. It might reach, but I have another cable that I can stretch back here. Let's see how far she goes. Oh, just walked into my awning. Ding dong. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get another cable here. One more will do it. Not much sun back here though. I mean, I guess it don't matter. The sun will be moving. It'll be there eventually. So, and then I'm gonna lose a lot on there. So I get this hooked up, get some power going, so I don't have to run my generator. I hate running that generator. I don't like running it. It's too nice back here to make all that noise. Closest camper's over there. Probably bugged them last night. A couple 100 feet away. And let's get some power here. Charge stuff up. I gotta charge up my flashlight batteries. Alright, I got the panels up. But I still got 400 on the roof. I only do this if I sit in a place for a while. I bring these panels with me and then take them out. I have 4 panels here. Like I said, these are on hinges. You can see the hinge down there. So what I'll do is I'll run these 2 in series, these 2 in series, and then combine them together with these MC4 combiners. It's 1 into 2, and then I'll run them parallel to get the most out of them. So I should be getting about 40 watts, and I won't go over 15 amp. So let's get this hooked up. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you run them in series is I'm going to take this negative and I'm going to hook it up to this positive. It's hard to hold the phone when I'm doing this. So then that leaves me with a negative here that I'm going to hook up to the combiner, and then a positive there that I'm going to hook up to the combiner. And hook these 2 up in series here. The next 2, they barely fit on this table, but it works. I'll do the same thing with this panel. Run these 2 in series. Hook the positive and negative up. Alright, there's my positive and negative put together in series between the panels, and then it gives me these like on the other one. Now let's hook these up to the combiner MC4s. That's hard to hold my phone and do this. So with these hooked in series, I'm going to take this positive side from that series and this positive side from that series and conjoin them together. My negatives aren't long enough to reach each other. I don't think. Wait a minute, they might reach. They might. If they don't, I'm going to have to use that, which rule of thumb is to always use the same length of wire on everything, but I don't think it's going to reach here. Let me set the phone down. If it doesn't, I'm going to use these cables here. Well, that's good. It fit. I didn't think they were going to reach, but yeah, you always want to use the same length on everything. In some instances, when I wire stuff up, my positive line is too long, I'll just coil it up, but I like to have the same length. What the heck's on my plug? What is that? That's crazy. You know what that is? It's a spider nest. Yeah, must have got some spiders from Michigan. A whole bunch of... What the hell? It won't even come off. Wow. Yeah, that's what it was. A whole bunch of baby little spiders. Not anymore. It's a bomb my RV now. Michigan was not good at any way, was it? So anyway, then I'll take this. This is going into the charge controller. This cable here, nice thick 8 gauge. Yeah, I keep saying that, but yeah. So I'll take my positive and plug it into my positive, and then this negative into this series, and can join them together, get more power. There, just like that. That's what you call a series parallel connection. Those two panels are running series, them two panels are in series, and then both run together parallel to get the most effective juice out of them. That's the way my roof setup is too, with the 400 up on top. Series parallel. That's what turn everything on. Probably won't get much. There is some shading, but better than nothing. I won't bring it. I won't bring in 400 watts. That's for sure. Probably lucky to get 100, 150. Let's see how much we're getting. Now, like I had mentioned before, man, a cold air is making my voice creak. Is you always want to turn your controller on first, which means battery's on first, which is that. I should fire up, let everything come up. All right, we're good. Let's say my batteries are 93%. That's good. And then I'll come over here and always turn the panels on last. Those are on. Let's see if we're working. Yep, it's working. Pulling in 3.2 amps and 44 watts, 31.5 volts. Grab the other camera here. I'll show you the apps that I have for both of those. Both of those are Bluetooth capable. The Renogy and the Bouge. Back on the phone here, records better. That don't seem right. It's everything's hooked up. Wiggle some of these wires around. Well, everything's tight. It's just a shadowing from all these little trees. I'm sure it'll be up and down. I got a shadow of a tree there, shadow of a tree there, and a shadow of a tree there. This is the panel that's pretty much only when it's open. Maybe I should wash them off. Yeah, it don't make that much of a difference. Get that out of the way. Oh, there you have it. That's series into parallel. The most effective way to hook up your panels. I'm going to throw this in there, but you can't, how do I word this? You can't run 2 series and then 1. You know what I'm saying? You can't run 1 into there and then have 2 series going in. You can't do that. It's useless. It just won't work. So you have to, anytime you run series parallel, your series side has to have 2, 4, 6, 8. And then this side has to have 2, 4, 6, 8. They have to match. So if you have 4 here, you got to have 4 on this series. If you have 8 in this series, you have to have 8 in there. 2, 2. So clear that up. But that's about the best as I'm gonna get. And I'm gonna hook up my other panel here to keep my starter battery charged. So I got 400 on the roof and 400 on the ground, and I ain't pulling crap in. All these, I got trees up there. So, I mean, it could be worse, I guess. It'll be all right. My panels barely fit on that table. They're kind of leaning off. But yeah, let's get the other panel hooked up. There. You got that panel hooked up. It's charging my starter battery, 400 here and 400 on the roof. Now, some people may not like to move their panels around, but for me, I like doing this because then I can move them anywhere I want to get the most sun that I can. So, I mean, that's why I have 2 systems like this. Like, you know, 400 on the roof and 600 on the ground. Well, there's only 400 here, but yeah, I don't mind doing this. If I was at a different spot, I had a bigger tree over the RV, well, I wouldn't get no sun. So I could take this, deploy this out. I got lots of cable, all 8 gauge. I can go as far as I want out from under a tree and, you know, produce power, keep my food cold. That's the main thing. Other than that, I wouldn't care, but I got to keep my food frozen. So I'm going to go check on that, see how that's doing. That's a good panel. That really brings in the power, even though it's cracked. Like I had showed in a previous video, I hit that with a pebble. I was weed whacking one day with the weed eater, and a rock flew up and smacked it, cracked it, shattered it. You can see the difference, but it still works. I still produce 20 volts out of this, so that's what you're supposed to. 20 volts, 100 watt. So, yeah, let's go check these charge controllers, see if they're doing any better. That's a lot of shadowing. That's all right. There's less trees there, so when the sun gets there, yeah, I should charge them up. And then throughout the day, it'll get them up to 100%. Let's go check that other charge controller, make sure that's doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, see, even though that panel's cracked, I'm still pulling in the proper voltage. I'm only charging 0.4 amp because all the shadowing. But it'll keep it charged throughout the day. And then the booze, this is the roof. 12.6, and I'm pulling in 1 amp. And then the Renogy deployable, I'm doing, oh, probably can't see it. There we go. 13 volts, 3 amp. So around 4 or 5 amp. It'll go up. I'm only bringing in 40 watts though out of 400. That's crazy. That's how much, you know, shadowing does. If you were to only have a setup on your roof and not a deployable where you can find the sun and get it, you know, I'd be screwed right now. The batteries would be dead, but they'll get fully charged a couple hours. By the time it goes down, the sun goes down. Unplug them. I was charging my batteries last night again. So that's that. Now I'm gonna go get some wood, pull some food out. I'm probably gonna need some chicken tonight. Thaw that out. Pull the grill out.